What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk at least about the first half the day of this Johnny Depp trial. So far as of the time I'm recording this, there's still the last 3 hours left. If it's a bombshell-like thing, I guess I could do one more video at the end of the day. But I wanted to talk about the first half of the day specifically as the big bombshell because we got a lot of stuff with the ACLU. And, a couple days ago, I talked about how was that the worst day, the Dr. Curry stuff, saying Amber has all these conditions and problems. Was that the worst day for this court for Amber? No, it could actually be today. Today was kind of the reckoning that we had with Johnny Depp, where we knew a lot of these stories, we heard a lot of the tapes, the Johnny Depp, tell the world Johnny, right? A lot of that stuff that we have known and the world has known, it's just hasn't done anything in court. We've known it for years, and we finally got those stories. We finally got those tales and filled in those gaps, and we did that with Johnny Depp. This was honestly part two because all of the ACLU stuff, the lying about the donations, the definitions of donation versus pledging, Elon Musk donating the money, not Amber doing $350,000 only, and even in that, it didn't actually come directly from her. They had to take her word on it. So, all of this stuff that we have known for a long time, the back and forth between the lawyers and the activist group of the ACLU, whatever garbage that was, with Amber, back and forth, right, that Johnny Depp was, fully, I don't know the full story, right, if he was, actually mentioned by name in the original, but it was a lot more towards him, and they kind of took it out over time. Then you had, USA Today the next day writing how they easily put two and two together and found, that Johnny Depp is the one that Amber was talking about. All of this damning stuff we have known for about a year or two now. A lot of this stuff actually didn't come out until, the UK case, and then right after that, in the UK trial, and I can't wait. God, I can't wait for them to throw that at Amber and say, hey, under, you swore an oath that you would tell the truth. And in the UK case, you said you donated $7 million. You donated the entire thing to both of the charitable organizations, and you said yes, that you had done that, and that actually persuaded the judge to take your side on a lot of the disputes that happened in that case, because when there was a dispute of who was telling the truth, the judge believed you because you had donated all that money, and what kind of evil person says they donate money, tells the truth there, and then lies about everything else? Turns out Amber Heard lies about it all, right? So you said you did it, but you actually didn't. You donated $1.3 million. A third of that was from you? Maybe. You say you had financial troubles in 2019, so you weren't able to kind of keep the payments up, but you had all of that Johnny Depp money when you divorced from each other a full year before. Remember, the timeline is so important, and they're going to be able to throw all of this at her. She got all of the splitting up money with Johnny Depp, I believe in February, March, somewhere in there, of 2018. She didn't write the op-ed. The op-ed didn't publish until December, right? Which, by the way, coincidentally, in fact, Amber wanted it this way. It wouldn't come out until after Aquaman released in theaters, so that, just so it wouldn't affect the movie or anything, right? So you had all of the money. You didn't get sued until the spring of 2019, and the op-ed didn't come out until the very end of the year of 2018. So you had the full $7 million. And it's not even that she didn't give them all the money, right? Because they her lawyers went through, the definition of a pledge and a donation. And, Amber never told you she wasn't going to finish donating, right? Correct. And it was our assumption that she was going to donate. And there was a loose agreement that it would be a 10-year plan. But that plan wasn't offered by Amber. I think it was offered by Elon. And Amber never signed that plan. So in writing, and even in words, it was never said that it was going to be a 10-year thing. It was actually said it was going to be a one-time thing where we're just going to give you all the money. Then it wasn't. Then you spread it out. And then not just that, again, if you want to give a couple $100,000 a year for 10 years and reach that $3.5 million, fine. But Amber went, firstly, she swore, in order, she said on that talk show or whatever the interview was, that she had already done it. And then she swore under oath that she already did it. So You flat out freaking lied. You said you do. That's the issue. The issue is you're a goddamn liar, and you didn't do what you said. And again, and originally, again, I've been watching Nick Rekieta's stream, and I love the man. He's an awesome guy, and I wouldn't watch the live stream with anybody else. But even during that time, he was kind of like questioning, why are they going after her so much for that? I mean, it's to prove that she doesn't keep her word. It's to prove that she's a liar, right? Think about that. It's not exactly like this, but you can certainly spin it. She stole from a charity, like she not stole, right? Because she's the one pledging it, but she would rather keep that money. I mean, if you look through it, if you look through the lies, Amber got this confirmed. She got $7 million from Johnny Depp, right? And she said she was going to give it to these two charities, and she didn't. She gave like $350,000, so she pocketed that right now sitting in her bank account, or I'm sure it's gone, right? But like wherever, she had in excess of $6 million from this divorce settlement that never made it to the charities that she said she was going to give it to. And then again, she claims that she had financial troubles, but again, you had that money. Where did that money go? So you can't trust somebody who does that. And again, this kind of stuff was not brought up. This entire arc, which is very important, and the back and forth, the idea that she fully intended to talk about Johnny Depp. I mean, they nailed hit after hit after hit. Would not having her personal experience of domestic abuse, would that lessen the article? Yes, that was the answer from them, from the ACLU. So they knew that not having her say anything about Johnny Depp, let's cut through the BS, her not saying anything would make the article so much worse, because the idea is you're supposed to put that stuff in. Again, Johnny Depp was mentioned even more critically, or more centerpiece originally, and then it was kind of cut down over time to then become what it was. But that, again, it's just damning. So again, the whole idea that she wasn't the idea that Roddenborn, I believe, tried to make with Johnny Depp, that like you don't even know if she's talking about you, that quickly is something they should probably back off of immediately. In fact, when they did the cross-examination, the crazy cat lady lawyer for Amber, they didn't even, I believe, because it was like a 25-minute cross-examination, and then Johnny's team talked to the guy for like almost 2.5 hours. So it was very one-sided, because what are you going to say? All you can say is, yeah, she didn't donate the money she said she was going to. We can't actually prove any of the money that came to you was from her. So this looks really bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you kind of dumb questions for 20 minutes, and we're going to get the hell out of here, because it's just going to make her look worse. So, and they didn't even talk to her about the back and forth between, her counsel and lawyers and activists and all this stuff about the whole Johnny Depp thing, because the idea that Roddenborn was saying of, well, you don't even know if this was about you, quickly gets, that gets answered immediately. After today, there is, like, we knew it. Anybody could read that article, considering, by the way, in the op-ed, it literally talks about her domestic abuse to a marriage 2 years ago. Now, I believe she's never been married to anyone besides Johnny Depp, and 2 years ago from that time, she was with Johnny Depp. So who else? And I again, that's something where I would have loved to have them ask Amber, where it's like, well, you say this wasn't about Johnny Depp, or you say you don't, it's never stated, but then who was it talking about? Who were you married to 2 years ago that you were in the middle of a domestic abuse? Like, who were you talking about then? I mean, it's so easy to link it to Johnny Depp. It's a stupid hill to die on for Roddenborn and all of them. They really should just try to prove that he did hit her and that she was right to say it was domestic abuse, rather than to try to say it wasn't about Johnny Depp, right? That is a mentally ill standpoint to be on, because it just quickly gets disproven. And so the fact that he focused any time on that is hilarious, because you literally now have the organization that wrote the freaking article, that collaborated with Amber, who like pushed, the whole Johnny Depp thing. I mean, it's there. It's in evidence. It's perfect. It's all laid out directly in front of people. So again, the Johnny Depp stuff obviously was the most, to me, sincere and like heart punch. You actually get to see his side. You actually get to hear the stories from his perspective, all that stuff. And we really had never heard 95% of that stuff. This ACLU stuff is not breaking news. It's not technically a bombshell because we have known it in the public if you just care to look it up. We've known it for a year, a couple of years, depending on what part of this we're talking about, right? We've known it for quite a while. But again, now for the jury and now for everybody there, set in stone. It's set in stone about the lying about the donations. She, again, swore under oath that she did it, and she actually didn't. So that's kind of a big one, I think, right? The reverse really should happen. So when I said, the UK judge basically sided with her because it's like, well, somebody who donates, right? Someone who donates that large amount of money, millions of dollars to these organizations, that is a signal of like a semi-good person, at least. You know what I mean? So maybe we should take her at her word. All right, take that thought process. Now, let me bring it to you a different way. What if I were to tell you that somebody lied about donating millions and millions, and they did it under oath, and they lied about donating millions of dollars to charities, and instead they pocketed them? Now, the reverse of that, if she did do it, maybe you believe her word on other things. If she didn't do it and she lied about it, what do you do now with all the other stuff she talks about? You probably shouldn't believe. Like, isn't that it's so bad, right? Why would you believe somebody that pocketed $6 million that was supposed to go to charities? That is a person with little to no humanity. That is an awful, evil, manipulative, somebody who's just out there to stroke their own ego, get their name out there, become a face of something. Oh, all sounds like Amber, right? So why would I ever believe that person for anything else? And by the way, this makes the ACLU, and this case is not about them, but this makes them look god-awful, and they already are god-awful, but, considering Amber is still an ambassador for them, and they're more than proud to have her on their website and all that stuff, I hope she loses. I hope the ACLU gets looked at as an evil, corrupt organization, as they are, so they really should just be looked at as that. And I know Nick Rekieta mentioned this. This would be funny. If she won, or lost, I guess, it would be very funny if today's, thing in court got her to donate the rest. Now, I don't think she has that money. Like, I don't think she can just reach into her bank account and grab. Look, she'd have to, sell assets or, whatever she happens to have. It would be very funny, though, for her to just say tomorrow. That's the thing, with her lawyer saying, well, you don't know. She didn't say she's not going to do it. She still will. Okay, but we are 6 years past the divorce, or I guess 5.5. So, where is, and yes, and the lawyer tried to spin it as, well, if she paid this amount of money every year, she'd actually would have been over, because she paid 1.3, but really she would have had to pay 1 at that time, 1 million. And instead she paid 1.3. All right, 100,000 was Johnny Depp's, 500,000 was Elon, right? It does, okay, what are you trying to prove here? The money didn't even come from her. In fact, even her own money maybe didn't even come from her. And then it's okay, yeah, that's fine. You're just under $300,000 over, but then you didn't do anything the last 3 years. So when the guy was testifying, that was 2021. She didn't do it then. She didn't do it in 2019. She didn't do it in 2020. She didn't do it this year. So when is she, even if it's a 10-year plan, she's got 4 years left to donate $2.2 million. So you have to do 600,000, why aren't you doing it then? If you say you're going to do it, financial troubles, BS. So again, it doesn't even take a smart jury, I think, to see through this kind of stuff. Some of the stuff we've seen, you have to really be paying attention. You have to maybe know some background stuff. But I mean, this stuff is pretty easy to kind of tell what they're trying to show. She's a freaking liar. She did it for her own name. It was referencing Johnny Depp, so all that stuff is done. It was referencing Johnny Depp, so that's done. Now it's just all about, was she lying about the abuse or not, which I think we've had 10 days or so of evidence to show that. So that's all done, and then you also have starting to build what kind of character she is, somebody who steals from charities. Again, that's probably not the right way, but someone who tells the public, makes it very public, goes on record, goes on talk shows, all this stuff, says they did it, not they're going to do it, that they did do it, and they actually didn't. That's the kind of person we're dealing with Amber Heard. And again, we knew that, now they know that, in case they didn't. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. I recap/review every day of this trial. Tomorrow, we're probably going to do a couple different things. We'll probably do a video as well as a live stream. So if you guys are still watching it right now, thank you. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably do a live stream on this channel talking about week 3. We'll probably have a video as well. And then next week, Monday through Thursday, and then next Friday, we'll do the same thing, okay? Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.